30-minute quarterly PCI DSS training for Security Operations Center members. In this video, we will cover the following topics: the vital role of the Security Operations Center in PCI DSS compliance, understanding the stakes, the consequences of non-compliance, and your role in a secure ecosystem. Welcome to this essential training on PCI DSS compliance for Security Operations Center members. The objective of this training is designed to ensure that Security Operations Center members understand their responsibilities under the PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, and how they can help maintain compliance through monitoring, logging, access control, and incident response. As members of the Security Operations Center, you play a critical role in safeguarding sensitive cardholder data and ensuring our organization meets the stringent requirements of the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or PCI DSS. The PCI DSS is a comprehensive framework designed to protect cardholder data and minimize the risk of security breaches. Our focus today is to understand how the Security Operations Center contributes to this critical mission, including monitoring network activity, ensuring meticulous logging practices, and responding swiftly to security incidents. By understanding these requirements and adhering to best practices, you will be instrumental in maintaining a secure environment for cardholder data and upholding the reputation of our organization. The consequences of non-compliance with PCI DSS can be severe, impacting our organization both financially and reputationally. Failure to meet these standards can result in significant fines, penalties, and even the revocation of our ability to process card payments. Beyond the immediate financial implications, a security breach resulting from non-compliance can severely damage our brand reputation and lead to a loss of customer confidence. The trust we build with our customers and stakeholders is paramount, and PCI DSS compliance is a fundamental pillar of that trust. Therefore, understanding and adhering to PCI DSS is not merely a box to be checked, but a critical business imperative. As Security Operations Center members, you are on the front lines of our organization's cybersecurity defense. Your understanding of PCI DSS and its practical implications is essential to maintaining a secure environment for cardholder data. This training will provide you with the specific knowledge and skills to fulfill your responsibilities effectively. We will explore the technical aspects of PCI DSS, focusing on log management, access control, and incident response, areas where your expertise is critical. However, PCI DSS compliance extends beyond technical proficiency. It also requires a deep understanding of security policies, procedures, and best practices. Your participation is crucial to fostering a culture of security awareness and ensuring our collective success in maintaining PCI DSS compliance. Moving into the core of our training, we'll be focusing on 3 key PCI DSS requirements that are particularly relevant to your roles within the Security Operations Center requirements 10, 11, and 12. Requirement 10 emphasizes the critical need to track and monitor all access to network resources and cardholder data. This means keeping a watchful eye on who is accessing what, when, and from where. In the event of a security breach, these logs become our most valuable tool for investigation and analysis. The more comprehensive our tracking and monitoring systems, the better equipped we are to detect, respond to, and ultimately prevent security breaches. Now, let's delve deeper into the specifics of Requirement 10. PCI DSS outlines key elements that must be included in our logs to ensure their effectiveness in both security monitoring and potential forensic investigations. Every log entry must clearly identify the user associated with the action and specify the type of event that occurred. Accurate timestamps are crucial for establishing a timeline of events. The log should indicate whether the event was successful or not. By logging both successes and failures, we gain a more comprehensive view of our security landscape. Moving on to Requirement 11, PCI DSS stresses the importance of regularly testing our security systems and processes. Regular testing helps us identify weaknesses in our defenses, misconfigurations in our systems, and gaps in our security policies. Methods include vulnerability scanning, penetration testing, and continuous system monitoring. By combining these methods, we create a multi-layered approach to security testing. This ensures that our defenses are always up to par. When it comes to PCI DSS Requirement 11, it's important to understand the scope of what needs to be tested. We need to focus on systems that handle cardholder data, the Cardholder Data Environment, or CDE. This includes point of sale systems, payment gateways, databases, and workstations used by employees handling sensitive data. We also need to test our security processes, such as managing user access and handling security incidents. Requirement 12 emphasizes the importance of maintaining a robust information security policy. This policy outlines our organization's commitment to information security, defines roles and responsibilities, and establishes clear procedures for handling sensitive data. It needs to be comprehensive, up to date, and readily accessible to all employees. Regular reviews and updates are essential to ensure that our policy remains relevant and effective. Remember, PCI DSS compliance is a journey of continuous improvement. Monitoring and logging are critical aspects of your role in maintaining PCI DSS compliance. Logs are the security cameras of our digital world, recording every action and access attempt. They provide a detailed account of who did what, when, and from where. By analyzing log data, we can identify patterns, anomalies, and suspicious activities. This allows us to respond to potential threats swiftly and effectively. Effective monitoring and logging are about building a proactive security posture. Key elements of PCI compliant logging. Building a robust audit trail. Our logs need to be comprehensive, capturing all relevant events related to access to cardholder data. Accuracy is paramount, ensuring that timestamps are accurate and user identities are properly authenticated. Logs need to be tamper-proof, preventing unauthorized modification or deletion. This ensures that if an incident occurs, we have a reliable record of events to aid in our investigation. Best practices for effective log management, ensuring data integrity and accessibility. Centralization is key, consolidating logs from various systems into a central repository. PCI DSS requires us to retain at least 1 year's worth of log data, with the most recent 3 months readily accessible. We need to actively monitor logs for suspicious activity using automated tools and techniques. This ensures that we are alerted to potential threats as they emerge. Identifying red flags, recognizing and responding to suspicious activity. One common red flag is multiple failed login attempts from a single user account or IP address. Another warning sign is access to sensitive data outside of normal business hours or by users who don't typically require access. Any signs of malware activity should be treated with extreme caution. Beyond compliance, the value of logs in incident response and forensic investigations. In the event of a security breach, logs become our most valuable tool for incident response and forensic investigations. They provide a detailed timeline of events, crucial for containing the breach and preventing similar incidents. Logs also serve as critical evidence in legal proceedings or insurance claims. Access control, the gatekeeper of cardholder data. Access control is about managing who has access to what resources within our digital environment. It ensures that only authorized individuals have access to sensitive cardholder data. This involves implementing and enforcing strong password policies and managing user accounts meticulously. It's about being proactive, vigilant, and never taking security for granted. The principle of least privilege, limiting access to reduce risk. One of the guiding principles of effective access control is the concept of least privilege. This principle dictates that users should only be granted the minimum level of access necessary for them to perform their job duties. No more, no less. Imagine this: if everyone in our organization had access to all our systems and data, regardless of their role, the potential for damage would be enormous. A single compromised account could grant an attacker access to everything. But by adhering to the principle of least privilege, we significantly reduce that risk. A marketing assistant, for example, doesn't need access to sensitive financial records. A software developer doesn't need access to customer credit card numbers. By limiting access to only what's absolutely essential, we create a much smaller attack surface and minimize the potential damage from a security breach. It's about compartmentalizing access and ensuring that even if one area is compromised, the impact is contained. Multi-factor authentication, adding an extra layer of security. Now, let's talk about one of the most effective tools in our access control arsenal, multi-factor authentication, or MFA. You've probably encountered this yourself when accessing online accounts. It's that extra layer of security that requires you to provide not just your password, but also a unique code from your phone or email. MFA is particularly crucial for accessing systems that house sensitive cardholder data. Why? Because passwords, even strong ones, can be compromised. They can be guessed, phished, or even stolen through malware infections. But by implementing MFA, we make it significantly harder for attackers to gain unauthorized access. Even if they manage to obtain a user's password, they still need that second factor of authentication, which is much harder to come by. Think of it like this: a lock on your front door is good, but a lock plus a security system is even better. MFA adds that extra layer of protection, making it significantly harder for unauthorized individuals to gain access to our most sensitive assets. Let's shift gears to a critical area: incident response. It's not a matter of if, but when an incident will occur. Whether it's malware, phishing, or system vulnerabilities, we need to respond swiftly and effectively. In PCI DSS, incident response is crucial. Any cardholder data compromise must be handled seriously. Your role as Security Operations Center members is critical. You are the first line of defense. Detect, assess, and escalate security events. Work together, follow procedures, and contain incidents. Learn from each incident to prevent future ones. Let's break down the incident response process into manageable steps. Step 1: Identification. The Security Operations Center team monitors systems for suspicious activity. Step 2: Containment. Isolate affected systems to prevent further damage. Step 3: Eradication. Remove threats and patch vulnerabilities. Step 4: Recovery. Restore systems and data to their pre-incident state. Step 5: Lessons learned. Review the incident to improve future responses. Documenting the incident. Creating a comprehensive record. Documentation is often overlooked, but is absolutely crucial throughout the entire incident response process. From the moment a potential incident is detected to the final post-incident review, we need to be meticulously documenting every step we take. Why is this so important? Firstly, it provides us with a clear and accurate record of events, which is essential for understanding what happened, how we responded, and what the impact of the incident was. This information is crucial for both internal analysis and potential external reporting requirements, including those mandated by PCI DSS. Secondly, detailed documentation is essential for forensic investigations. If we suspect that a crime has been committed, for example, if cardholder data has been stolen, then our incident response documentation may be used as evidence in legal proceedings. And finally, good documentation helps us learn from our mistakes. By documenting our actions, our decisions, and the outcomes, we create a valuable resource that can be used to improve our incident response processes and prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. The post-incident review, learning from our experiences. The immediate aftermath of a security incident can be chaotic. But once the dust settles, it's crucial to conduct a thorough post-incident review. This is about understanding what happened, why it happened, and preventing it in the future. Think of it as a debriefing session after a major event. We gather key players, review the incident, and identify areas for improvement. This involves reviewing logs, interviewing staff, and analyzing forensic data. The goal is to be as objective and critical as possible. Post-incident reviews help us adapt to new threats and improve our security posture. Your role as SOC members, guardians of our data security. As we wrap up this section on incident response, it's important to reiterate the crucial role you play as SOC members in safeguarding our organization's data and maintaining PCI DSS compliance. You are the guardians of our digital fortress, the first line of defense against a constant barrage of threats. Your vigilance in monitoring our systems, your expertise in analyzing logs and identifying suspicious activity, and your ability to respond swiftly and decisively to security incidents are all essential to protecting our customers' sensitive data and upholding the reputation of our organization. Remember, cybersecurity is not a one-time event or a box to be ticked. It's an ongoing process of continuous improvement, adaptation, and vigilance. By staying informed, staying proactive, and staying one step ahead of the attackers, we can ensure that our organization remains secure and compliant both now and in the future. We've covered a lot of ground in this training, from the core requirements of PCI DSS to the crucial role you play as Security Operations Center members in maintaining compliance. But let's face it, even with the best intentions and a solid understanding of the standards, mistakes can happen. In this section, we're going to shine a light on some of the most common PCI compliance issues that Security Operations Center teams often encounter. Think of this as a heads up, a chance to learn from the mistakes of others and avoid falling into the same traps. Remember, PCI DSS compliance is not about achieving perfection. It's about striving for continuous improvement. By understanding these common pitfalls, we can be more proactive in identifying and addressing vulnerabilities within our own environment, strengthening our security posture, and ensuring the ongoing protection of cardholder data. So let's dive in and explore some of these potential stumbling blocks, examining not only what can go wrong, but also, more importantly, how to prevent these issues from occurring in the first place. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, especially in the world of cybersecurity. Misconfigured logging. When our eyes in the sky are blurred, misconfigured logging can undermine security efforts. Logs are crucial for monitoring systems and detecting threats, but incomplete or inaccurate logs can be disastrous. Imagine a breach with missing or corrupted logs. We scramble to investigate but find gaps in the data. Our eyes in the sky, it turns out, have been blurred. Misconfigured logging can result from human error or lack of maintenance. A critical server might not be added to the logging configuration, or a software update might change logging settings. This hampers our ability to detect and respond to incidents, and it can lead to PCI DSS violations, fines, and reputational damage. The perils of complacency. Failing to review logs regularly. Failing to review logs regularly is a common pitfall. Logs don't analyze themselves or raise alarms. They are a tool, and their effectiveness depends on us. Regular review is essential, not just when issues arise. Your ongoing commitment to PCI DSS compliance. PCI DSS compliance is an ongoing journey, not a destination. Be vigilant, adapt to new threats, and continually improve. Your role is crucial in this endeavor. You are the guardians of our digital assets. Protect our organization's reputation and safeguard data. Be proactive, vigilant, and never stop learning. Staying ahead of the curve. Resources and continuous learning. The world of cybersecurity is constantly evolving. New threats emerge every day, and attackers are always finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities. That's why it's crucial to stay ahead of the curve, continually updating your knowledge and skills to meet the ever-changing demands of the field. Fortunately, you don't have to do it alone. There are a wealth of resources available to help you stay informed about the latest threats, best practices, and industry trends. The PCI Security Standards Council, SSC, website, for example, provides a wealth of information about PCI DSS, including the latest version of the standards, guidance documents, and FAQs. In addition to external resources, our organization is committed to providing you with the training and support you need to stay current. We encourage you to take advantage of internal training programs, attend industry conferences, and participate in online forums and communities to share knowledge and learn from your peers. Remember, the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to protect our organization from harm. Continuous learning is not just a good idea, it's an essential part of your job description as cybersecurity professionals.